Okay, so we're gonna start here at the herb spiral, and as you might have guessed, it holds herbs, but we use a permaculture technique, which means that we can create different microclimates, so areas that are more dry or areas that are more moist, depending on where we plant them. So at the very top here, that's savory, and it likes dry, and the heat. So at the very top, it gets the most sun, and it's the driest because the bottom, all the rain drains into the bottom area. Okay, so here we have a whole bunch of boxes, and they are called garden plots, and people from the community can rent out these plots and grow food for their homes. And some members even grow food to donate to people who need it in the community. Okay, so here we have a pumpkin and gourd patch. So this fall we'll be able to harvest a whole bunch of pumpkins and gourds for Thanksgiving to decorate our houses with. So gardening has some struggles too. If you are a gardener, you would know that there are some pests that always get into the garden. One of them that we have here at the community garden is called a potato beetle, and they're actually really beautiful looking, but they're very terrible if you have them because they eat the leaves and make it so it's hard to create good vegetables for eating. So I'll show you one here. The best way to get rid of them is you pick them off your plants and you put them in a bucket with soap and water. So they're a great thing you can do in your garden is plant your vegetables with other plants that keep the pests away. And one really common one is marigolds, which are here. They're orange and beautiful, and they help prevent pests from eating your vegetables. Okay, so there's another pest that we have called flea beetles, and they like to eat cabbage and cauliflower and other vegetables as well. So we put this nice row cover on to protect our vegetables from getting eaten. So if you want to see what's underneath here, here we have a cabbage, and it's just a little one right now, it's still forming. So here we have tomato plants, and you can smell their leaves. They actually smell like tomatoes already, and you can see there's actually little tomatoes forming. It's called teddy bear sunflowers growing. So they'll grow up and have big yellow bulbs on them, and they're really like a very nice texture for feeling. And this is comfrey, and it's very soft and fuzzy. Okay, so here we have a perennial garden. Perennial means that it comes back each year, so you never have to replant it, which they're my favorite plants because they're so easy and you don't have to worry about them ever. So here, this is a daylily, and some of you actually might have this in your gardens at home. It's a flower, and it creates these little pods, and these pods turn into beautiful flowers. But I don't know if any of you know, you can actually eat these pods. I've eaten them before, where you just put them in a stir fry and fry them up and eat them, and they're really delicious. And then we also have Jerusalem artichokes. You can eat the roots that are grown from these. And we have some sorrel. This is so delicious, I think. It's like kind of a bitter sour taste. It's like lettuce, but it's really good to mix in with your other lettuces when you make salad, and it grows every year without having to plant it, so it's good. Okay, so here we have our scent garden. So everything in this garden smells really, really good. In the front here is all the lavender. So if you go like this and smell it, it smells so good. Delicious. And it's supposed to help you sleep, lavender, the smell of lavender. So if you have a lavender plant, maybe you can put a piece under your pillow. And then here we have chamomile. And I don't know if any of you drink tea, but those are the flowers that actually make chamomile tea, and they smell delicious, almost like honey. And then this is a miniature lilac bush, and it's already out of, all the flowers have already bloomed because we're already in June, but it was a beautiful, beautiful purple color, and it smelled delicious as well. And then lastly in our scent garden is lemongrass, which is a herb, and it smells very lemony and citrusy and delicious. The canopy of radish leaves. We have radishes! And here at the community garden we also have some strawberries, and you can see them forming right there. Just little guys right now, but hopefully will grow up to be nice, delicious strawberries. Okay, and then here we have a pepper plant, and you can see the little peppers forming all over it. These ones are spicy. Okay, so here we have the compost, which is really awesome because we can create organic matter to put back into the garden when we need it. So the trick to home composting is to make sure you have the right amount of green, so like lettuce and different vegetable and fruit peels, to carbon, which is like leaves or cardboard or material like that. So you need 3 parts of the carbon, so the leaves, and then only 1 part of the green stuff, so like vegetable or fruit peels, to make good compost. Really good trick for it, and really important, is to make sure it gets enough air. So what you have to do is you have to put in like a pitchfork and turn it all up to make sure that it has enough air to actually decompose, and also so it doesn't get very smelly, because no one wants to have a smelly compost. Okay, so I don't know if any of you know this, but this whole area used to be a paved tennis court, and then they decided to build a new one, so this area was not getting used at all and it was just pavement. So last year the community of Tiny depaved this area by hand. So we took these giant pieces of asphalt and lifted them and put them in a truck and got it all towed away. And the best part about this is that asphalt prevents the natural water cycle from happening. So when we took out all this pavement, we're allowing for the water to seep into the ground, which creates drinking water for us, and it also prevents flooding from happening as well. Okay, so here we have an eco-lawn. This is an area where we grow white clover, which pollinators love. When I come here on a hot day, I can just see the bees buzzing around all of the clover, which is so nice to see. And the best thing about an eco-lawn is you don't have to mow it. It just grows to a certain height, the clover does, and it stays at that height. So it's low maintenance and fun. You can play in it, jump around.